Hi folks, Peter Lawn here. Welcome to my Icarus build tutorial where I will show you how to construct a 8-sided watchtower with balcony. And you can make this thing as tall as you want. This one is 9 floors high with a balcony around the outside. And I'm just going to walk you through how to build this whole thing from start to finish and hopefully get some build ideas. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is going to line myself up with the grid here. And when I say line myself up with the grid, what I'm talking about is the little compass HUD up above the directional HUD. And you can see when we're pointing south, we're over here, and west, we're over here, and these little individual ticks. I try to build as a rule of thumb so that I'm always pointing at one of the ticks, right? Just because it just helps make building a whole lot easier to line yourself up with other, components as you lay them down around your base, right? So let's just point sort of halfway between south and west and go southwest. And at this tick mark right here, I'm going to start with an embedded, I'm going to make sure I do, let's do it the other way first because I want to be high enough so that I'm above the ground back over here. So we're going to point to northeast, straight to about right there. And I'm going to drop in some concrete floors because concrete floors are just a lot easier to try to line yourself up a little bit because they have these nice little markings on them, sort of halfway markings as well. So we're going to do this. We're going to try to make a 4x4 floor. Might be a little tough, but I think we can do it. So here, let's make this like our center right here. And then go out 2 more this way. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, that's close enough. I think, we might be getting ourselves into trouble here. Maybe better to be out a little bit further, right here. Yeah, okay. I'll sink in. Looks like we're holding here, just to be safe. And then so my center will be right here, actually. Yep. So that should be good. And I'm going to sink that in there. All right. So this is going to be my center spot right here. And what I'm going to do first off is I am going to just put in a horizontal beam right there like that. And I'm also going to put one right in the middle like so. You know what? Actually, we don't even need to put one here. What we're going to do is we're going to put it just to the left of our center position here, right? So we're going to line ourselves up with the grid, the tick mark up above. And we're going to tap over about 1 tap, sort of, and try to get it perpendicular on this grid here. Does that look reasonably straight? Yep, looks good. Now we're going to extend one out and drop a vertical for extensions. All right, so that's going to be sort of our start of our wall along here, right, of our tower. And so we're going to lay a beam out this way that's like this. And we're going to put another one on the end, one down below. This one for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to delete this guy. And we're going to look, because we have to turn our building. So there's going to be one wall going from here to here, but then the next wall has to go at a 45 degrees. In this case here, you can see where our compass HUD above us here facing north gives us exactly a 45 degree angle from where we were, right? If you look at the tick marks, each tick mark represents 15 degrees rotation. So If we're looking this way, this is 15 degrees, then that's 30, and that's 45 right there. Right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to just hit the home key. We're going to drop in another beam that's flush with the top of this beam at the 45 degree facing north. And so we're going to use our page up and page down, get as close as possible and centered over this other beam that's here. So I'm going to say that's pretty close. Okay, and then we're going to drop another beam here. Oops. Sometimes you have to fool around a little bit with it to get it correct. I'm going to delete this. We're going to do the same thing here again. So we're going to go press the home key. Now we should be pretty close to flush without making any changes to our elevation as we move sort of closer to this. We're going to point to that tick mark there and get ourselves centered as much as possible. Over this beam here, something like that. And we're going to do the same thing again, extend this out, put another beam down. And you can see we're a little bit off here as we come around to this side here. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. We want it reasonably centered around this center pole, but it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, it just needs to be close. Right? So do the same thing here for this guy. You know, if you got real picky, you could redo this again and move this one out. Move this one out just a little smidge to the left. And that will position this wall here like directly centered over the center line here. But I'm going to keep on going because I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference here. So up from that one. All right, so now let's just put down our horizontal beams again. Trying to get this guy going. Sometimes, but had it there. Alright, so there we go. There's our circular tower shape. And now what we're going to do is we're going to sink in vertical beams and go up as high as we can on each one. So we started with this one over here. Here. I think I can only go what? I'm gonna go 9 high total, so we'll have to get up there later on. But so you got to remember where you started. So this is to the left of this facing this. If you think this wall is going to be like right here, and we're gonna make a. Actually, I'm gonna make a doorway out. Should we do a doorway that way? No, let's do a doorway let's do a doorway over on this side. And then we're going to do windows all the way around. You can see, there he's up, not too bad. So because we started on this one, on the left side of this face, we're going to do the same thing over here with our beam. I'm going to make make sure that this is the one we want, not this one, but this one. And we're going to go as high as we can go. Same thing with this guy here. It's got to be flush with that wall. That one. And this one. Alright, so that's the start of our tower, and I'm going to delete this guy so I can get... now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build the structure that's going to go around the outside, which is going to be the sort of the walkway around our tower way up top. And that's going to be like an octagon shape all the way around. This guy we don't need anymore. Don't need this guy anymore. We do need, though, is we need to get our height set so that it's the same height as these beams here. So what we'll do is we'll just go home key and just make sure that we can do this from anywhere as long as we're pointing at this level floor here. That's our base floor. If I go home, if I go home, I go page up, get my. What we want to do is make sure that this floor we're going to place here is going to be flush with the start of our foundation, right? So we're going to kind of just find this magic spot. It's too high. You're never going to get it perfect, but you get close. I think that's pretty close. So with that remembered position, we're going to jump onto, if you don't have a higher jump mod going at all, what you can do is go just put a ramp up here. Which right, get up on top of this thing. Delete that for now. And what we want to do again is center ourselves on the middle of this post. Use the tick marks up above as a guide bit. Well, the lines will help you on the. So I'm centered on this side, pretty close. Here we go. Centered on this side. Centered on this side. So what we want to do now is we're going to move the mouse all the way down as close as possible to us on the line. Drop one there. Hit the home key. Do that on every side. There. That. Again, doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. And then again, if you saw my other way to build the octagon-shaped building, with the home key, and we first do our 45 degree, we're facing north directly as we look at our HUD up top there. We do the same thing, facing east. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but close is important. And last but not least, west. All right. And these ones we also want to go up as high as we can as well. beams here. Do need quite a few of them to get this done. All right. Now the other thing I want to do is I want to build a, well, I'm going to try to build the walls up as high as I can as well. So let's do that. I'll make windows for everything. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build some ramps around the outside. And we're going to follow, again, our reference. We'll start. Do this. Build an extra one underneath here so I don't fall, hopefully. Using the R key to change the direction of this ramp, so I hit the R first and then place this one and then hit the R again to get the next one up, and we're going to do this one as well. Alright, so we're now up this level here. I'm going to just put a platform up here so I can work with it temporarily. So we want to go up quite high. So we've got right now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This sixth one here, we're going to extend these inner beams out to provide support for our platform. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an angular build out from each one of these, like so. And we're going to do that two out from there. Hit the R key to change your direction again. Oops. Watch you don't fall off of this thing, because it will kill you if you're not, if you don't have fall damage. Alright, so what we're going to do is just for fun, we're going to throw in some floors here just to give us something to walk on right now. Inside. Just to give us a safety net. We're going to delete these afterwards. Leave that open for a moment. Alright, let's finish our beams. 1, 2, 2. Okay, so that gives us like so. And now we're going to extend. Since we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is going to be 6. I'm going to go 7. Actually, might go 10. Actually, all the way up there. So let's see where this goes. Might have gotten myself into trouble here, actually. Wonder if I start. No, I think we can go that high. So let's just do that. All right, so we're going to do one more wall all the way around with windows. Each one. And the next one up, we're going to go without a window. Well, maybe you can do windows all the way around. Oops. Don't want that one there. stepping. Oh, we're getting close to having to sleep somewhere. Alright, so what I could do now is I could put a floor plate up top here. And I'm going to make sure my orientation for the floor plates are like this. And what I'm going to do, again, if you don't have the jump height option, I would highly recommend put some ramps in for now. Might have been easier to do. Oh, the reason being is we haven't extended the beams yet in here. So. Right. Alright, well, first things first, let's just set up a shack here temporarily up here so we can sleep. Okay. Quite a ways up here now at this point. What we do need to do now is extend our beams all the way up on the outside edge. So let's just build ourselves a little safety net here. Delete all that stuff once we get everything built here. Okay, so that means we got everything here. Now our actual walkway is going to be this one down here, right? So we can just kind of drop down here, I think, and just start building out the walkway around. So let's be mindful of the wood structure underneath the stone, which direction it's facing, so that it's the same all the way around, right? We need these up here anymore. Maybe for getting up. For now. we also need to build a doorway in to get down, so I'm going to do doorway on this side. Let's do it on. Get rid of this one. Put a door in here. All right. I think that's great. So now what we need to do is get down. It'd be great if you had no fall damage. Where did our ramp go? So it's going. Sometimes going into photo mode's good. Go into photo mode and see where everything is. Okay, there's our temporary structure for sleeping. How do we get down without dying? Well, I know right now I can just jump down because I have no fall damage, but just for people who want to get down without. All right. Okay, if we drop down right where our door is, then we'll get down okay safely, right? So let's just go over here. Take this one out. That one out. For a second. There, you probably take a little damage jumping down to here. That's 2 stories up. But it won't kill you, at least. What I'm trying to do here is just actually get a ladder on the inside that'll get us all the way up. And I'm gonna have to build that actually, because I don't think I have. And I've got a free build right now, so I can actually build some reinforced ladder using my. Put this down here somewhere. I think I have to do it with the carpentry bench. So this is something you probably want to have built. If you may have another base going first. Since I'm in creative, create about 20 of these. All right, and what we're going to do, come in. Where did I put my door? I think it's right there. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a ladder like right here. That'll get us up to the door there. Yeah, let's put a ladder right here. Kind of right there. You can build this thing as you go up. You'd interact first to get up to the top, but don't go all the way to the top of the ladder, because that can mess you up. That's where the height where we want to go to. So, and then what we're going to do is put a floor right up. Kind of right there for a moment. See, get right there. What we want to do is actually put that floor right there. Get rid of this one. Now we can use this ladder, and I think, yep, just use this ladder to get to the top, and then you'll end up right on top of this ledge here. Okay, let's put this back in. So we've got a way to get up and down now. So I'm not just going to put the roof on as well. And we can just use standard roof ramps for that. I'm going to go up here and just do this. found a way to finish this little hole up here that actually looks okay, half decent as well. So we're gonna do that also. What I do need to do, oh shoot, I should probably delete these things on the way down. Let's do that first, since that was an issue. Bedroll. Grab the fireplace. Get rid of this one. This one. Alright, so got our ladder, gets us up. We can fix that that roof up there. But I need to make I need to make a masonry bench because I want a little half piece. Oh, I already had one. Okay. Deploy. So what I want is this little stone half piece here. We want 4 of those. Grab our ladder. Go skedaddling up to the top. And finish this outer floor here. Jump up on the roof. And what I'm going to do is going to use these little half pieces. And there's this thing you can, if you hit the R key, you can actually use these little quarter floor pieces. So put one there. Myself a little bit in trouble because I got bit of varying heights and floor levels, so it doesn't look quite as good. If I have done that a little bit more correctly, then you would see that ramp sticking through. But either way, it's it just caps off the little hole that's there. So let's get rid of this guy. Let's make sure we're careful jumping down. Now the other thing you can do, you notice there's like a gap around this thing, and that might be an issue if you're concerned about it or not. But what I'm going to do is to finish this off, I'm going to throw down some railings. Oops. Put some railings all the way around. Off the edge with some beams. I like doing this on the edge of stone always on the buildings because it just looks neater. And so if you look at that from sort of the outside, see how that looks. There is our tower. Doesn't look too bad. And what you can do down below is you can clean that up, get rid of that false floor. You won't need that anymore. You could build another one on that side, and you got 2 cool watchtowers for your base. Well, let's clean this up a little bit, and first things first, I guess. Put a door on here. Good, this way. Grab our ladder. Go down. Like I said, we're gonna put a door in here. And like you can delete all of this Unity Editors, this reference floor now, because we don't really need it anymore, right? But there you go. Alright folks, I hope this tutorial and build was kind of useful for you, and it gives you some ideas on your next build. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch up to you later.